goodness.
Real tears. Real actual tears, Prince. What's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones, the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today I'm joined by the Giants defensive back, Prince Amukamara. Prince Amukamara. Prince Amukamara. Is that right?
Yeah.
Do people mess it up all the time?
Yeah. And it's funny because if you actually read it, you say it how it's spelled.
Exactly.
So if you're not a
like
sound stuff.
Prince Amukamara. So we have 10 questions, 10 wings, and 10 sauces. As we go along in the interview, the sauces get hot, like very, very hot. It might get so hot that you have to throw in the towel. You're mid-season. You're just a couple days removed from jumping a route on Kirk Cousins. We don't want to put you on the DL or anything. So if you have to tap out, just throw in the towel, say I'm done, I can't do it anymore, and jump right to the last question. But there's a catch. At the end, if you can make it all the way through and eat all 10 wings, you get 30 seconds of uninterrupted time to plug whatever you want. The floor is just yours, you know what I mean? But if you don't make it through, I take half your plug. And as a bit of a subplot, everybody has made it through except for Tony Yayo. So far, Tony Yayo is the only person to ever tap out. So that would be the company that you're in, is Tony Yayo.
Okay.
Just to make you aware. So you ready to go?
Right. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Prince, here are your hot ones. Now the first one is just Texas Pete's hot sauce, and this one's easy. This is the bye week of hot sauces. The Chicago Bears of hot sauces right here.
Okay.
And I can fire that shot because I'm from there, and I have to watch that team every Sunday. Question: what would surprise people about Eli Manning?
Wow, this is still a little hot.
You're in for it, man.
I would say he has a great sense of humor. I don't think a lot of people see that. They see it on the commercials, but it goes beyond that. I say he's one of the funniest guys I've ever. He just pulls, definitely not going to give any examples, but he would just pull like just some type of pranks that you wouldn't think Eli would pull.
I heard that about Eli, that he's like a little bit of a prankster. Number 2, Cholula hot sauce. Again, not that big a deal. Like, you can get through this one. I'm pretty confident in it. I know you don't get to show it off a lot in the end zone, because you play on the defensive side of the ball.
Right.
But I saw you propose to your wife with the Jabberwockies,
Wow.
so I know that you can dance a little bit. If you had to rank best dancers to worst dancers, you, Victor Cruz, Odell Beckham Jr., where would you put them?
Because all I've seen Victor do is salsa, you'd be the last of the group. I would say me and Odell would probably be 1A, 1B.
You can't do that. You gotta go 1 or 2. Do you edge Odell?
Yeah,
That's the question.
It would probably be Odell. Odell's shown so many dance moves, and he's so versatile in his dances, so I would say him, then me and then Cruz.
Okay, fair. Number 3, El Yucateco Caribbean Habanero. Kind of like a fruity flavor on this one.
Right.
Antrell Roll made some headlines last year when he said that you got your swag back because you got married and consequently lost your virginity, and then you were having sex, so that's why you were playing out. Right? Is that a pretty good summation?
That's what he said.
But that kind of goes against everything that I've always been taught, where you'll have World Cup teams completely abstain from sex, or you'll have like boxers abstain from sex.
Right.
Russell Wilson abstained from sex.
Right.
So as someone who's been through both schools, which is it? Like, is it easier to play when you've had sex? When you're not having sex? Is there no difference at all?
I've had sex before I played, and if I didn't have sex before I played, and I don't think it altered my performance in any way.
So no difference whatsoever.
Yeah, no difference.
So if you're a boxer and you're abstaining, you don't need to.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Old wives' tale,
Yeah.
urban legend. Got it. All right, number 4, Lottie's traditional Barbados hot sauce. Kind of like a mustard thing going on with it. Mm-hmm. This one to me is just like straight up good. Mm-hmm. For the 3rd year in a row, hummus is the official dip of the NFL. What do you think of that? Have you ever seen hummus at a tailgate? Have you ever seen hummus on the table? Like, you might have one weird CrossFit friend that brings hummus.
Right.
But other than that, does that seem odd to you?
I never knew that. My wife loves hummus, though, so that's even how I know the word. And I don't know. I don't know how that's possible. They probably just have deep pockets.
That's how that goes. This next one, Pain is Good Louisiana style. It's kind of like a habanero jalapeno sort of mix.
Okay.
And this one, it's like not so bad. Even though Pain's in the title, it's the next one where it gets a little bit weird. Hey, what do you think's a better franchise, The Bachelor or The Bachelorette?
What do you mean by better franchise?
Like, what would you rather watch? The Bachelor? Would you rather watch girls compete? Oh! Did you get blindsided right there? Back.
I sneeze. Wow.
It's no joke out here.
You have the same sauce. Oh my goodness.
Real tears, real actual tears, Prince. This is a hot ones first. More painful so far, this and the first quarter of Thursday Night Football.
This, of course.
Bachelor or Bachelorette? Which would you be more excited to watch?
The Bachelor.
The Bachelor.
Right.
I like watching The Bachelorette. Do you know why I like watching The Bachelorette?
Why?
Because first off, I like watching guys be romantic around girls. The other thing is it's amazing to watch these guys get into a room and conspire to snitch on another guy.
Oh my gosh, that's so true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I always think about, if I was in this show and Kyle and Chase came up to me and they're like, yo, we're gonna go tell on Gavin because he says that he has a girlfriend back home, I'd be like, what are we, in 4th grade? But they do that every single episode. They tattle on each other.
I can see that, yeah. I mean, everyone has the same goal, and that's to get the queen, that's to get the girl at the end. So I guess it's no holds bars. Everything goes. So they can.
When you're trying to land that girl.
Yeah, so they can form alliances or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I've just seen like my friends pretend like they're playing a chess game. You know what I mean? Okay. Well, if you had trouble with that one, this next one is gonna be like
easy.
No.
Oh, okay.
The exact opposite.
Okay.
This next one is gonna punch you right in the mouth. Like this one to me is like the second worst.
Out of all of them?
To me.
Okay.
So this one is Pain 100% hot sauce. Technically 2.5 times hotter than a jalapeno, but this one catches you. You ready? What do you think's like the most hostile stadium, like when you go and visit?
I would say the most hostile place would just be Twitter. Would just be Twitter or like in Instagram. I think you get it way worse there than you do in any stadium, because you act like you read it word for word and you just keep rereading it over and over again. Whether compared to a stadium, it's like they say something and you kind of wonder, did they just really like say that? I mean, you don't even know, but when you just read it, it's just a memory. Like it stays in your head. Did you finish yours?
This one sent Machine Gun Kelly through the ceiling. Holy shit. We're actually cruising through Blair's original death sauce. 6 times hotter than a jalapeno. You know, it's a debate that's kind of bubbled up in the UFC a little bit, but I'm wondering, an NFL player to chime in as well.
What, Ronda Rousey?
Yeah, with Ronda Rousey, but specifically this Nick Diaz suspension for 5 years.
Oh, okay. For 5 years? That's what it was for weed?
Yeah, 5 years.
Wow, I thought it was just for like a match.
No, 5 years.
So the Roger Goodell of UFC
is like the Nevada State Athletic Commission.
Oh, okay.
5 years. So like, it wasn't from Dana White. It wasn't from UFC. It was from like, the Nevada State.
So that's why
Athletic
Floyd
Commission.
chimed in.
Floyd chimed in. Ronda chimed in. But it brings up an interesting debate where it's like, should athletes even be tested for marijuana at all? And I wonder what you think, Prince. Do you think NFL players should be tested for marijuana?
Since it is legal in some states, like I think in Washington and in California, I would say you should be able to do it since it's legal in your state.
How about this wing? You ready to go on this wing?
My lips are so big. Whatever makes it hot is so my lips are just on fire right now. So I think that might be the advantage I have.
Not the advantage I have.
Yeah, the advantage you have over me because my mouth is still burning.
No, I didn't even think about that, but you're probably right because the lips, it's the worst part. That's the worst part. The mouth I can handle, so it's the lips. So you're right. If you do have like more surface area, then you're probably gonna have some problems.
All right.
You don't have like heart or respiratory problems, do you?
No.
All right, good. Wing number 8, Dave's temporary insanity hot sauce. Question: what is the last thing you saw Tom Coughlin smile or laugh about?
I would say smile. Maybe our win Thursday night. I would say he's fun to be around. If I were to golf, I would bring him.
Make your nose run a little bit.
Are you doing better than you thought you would, worse than you thought you would, about what you thought you would?
Better than I thought I would.
There you go, man. Our next cover is gonna have Justin Bieber on it, okay? And he had...
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the interview came out yesterday, and it is like the most quotable interview I've ever read. Justin Bieber just has these quotes out there, one after another. And he had this one quote in particular that I want to bounce off of you,
okay.
And you can tell me what you think it means, if it holds in. Okay, ready? So he was talking about his own Christianity, and he said, "You don't need to go to church to be a Christian. If you go to Taco Bell, that doesn't make you a taco."
Right.
You heard that quote?
Well, it's so funny because I've read this on the way here, just on accident on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I read his interview. Yeah. So me and Justin are pretty cool with the same pastor. His name is Carl Lentz at this church Hillsong in the city. And I don't know if he said that, but Carl always says just because you go to Krispy Kreme doesn't make you a donut.
You go to church with Bieber?
We go to the same church. Yeah.
Amazing.
I've hung out with him like twice, not trying to
name drop
right,
anything?
not trying to
but
name
this is
drop.
a name drop show, man. How's hanging out with Bieber?
You know what? So I met him. We hung out twice. So I met him for the first time at a 40/40 club, Jay-Z spot down in the city, and then we met at like I said, we were both mutual friends with the pastor Carl. We met at his house, so played him NBA 2K. I'm sure I won. You can't lose to.
You can't be an athlete losing to Bieber. I don't care if it's a video game or not.
I think the trick is to just eat it fast.
This is Dave's Insanity. It's 36 times hotter than a jalapeno. Like, what's your weight room mentality? If you're pushed to the brink, you don't feel like you can go anymore, but you need to do more. Like, what do? Do you go somewhere mentally? What's the move?
I don't know. I think I just block everything out and just say, okay, just be strong and just
do it?
Yeah.
Just find that spot? Do you maybe use any of those same traits when you're trying to power through a wing challenge?
No need yet. There's no need for it yet.
All right, well, this is the last one. And this one is like insane. First off, congratulations to getting to this point. Not everyone does. And we also have a tradition here where we dab the last wing. So,
What do you mean dab?
I'll show you. So let me tell you about this sauce. It's Mad Dog 357, pure chili extract, 71.4 times hotter than a jalapeno.
Okay.
Did you do the math?
71 point?
Yeah, did you do the math real quick? Now what I mean about dab, and it's important that you pay
come
attention
on.
here, because you go like this, just a drop. Just like that.
It looks like when you just try to get a poop out and it doesn't, you squeeze and then you just get the little.
That's exactly. Just, it's a very unsatisfying drop. This is a man who's dabbed up a wing before, it looks like. Good mechanics. Good mechanics. Ready?
Yeah, you do whatever you can.
And squat. So, and then it hits, and then it hits. That's the thing, is it's like a time bomb. Like, it tastes like kind of fruity at the beginning. And so you think you're in the clear. And then it hits you. Do you think Roger Goodell deserves to make twice as much money as Aaron Rodgers?
I'm trying to give you a political answer, but I can't even think of that.
That's what the show does. It blows your guardrails off, and you just let it go. That's why I hit Machine Gun Kelly. I was like, "Are you in love with Amber Rose?" He didn't want to come in here and answer that question.
And he answered it.
Yeah, because he couldn't think. We're sinister over here at Hot Ones. Nah, but listen, I know he's your boss. Nobody wants to talk like that. Listen, Rich over here, I wouldn't throw him under the bus. But those figures, 44 million to 22 million, Roger Goodell on one, Aaron Rodgers on the other. What do you think?
Their scales are different, so Aaron Rodgers gets paid by his performance on the field. And Roger Goodell, from my understanding, gets paid by the owner. So when he gets like the big TV deals that we get and stuff like that, he gets a big cut from that. So
do you think he's good at his job?
I think he's doing the best job he can do for the Shield, for the NFL.
You're good. Well, you made it through. Hot One's always a mess afterwards.
It is.
Always regret. Regret for me signing on. Regret for the guests coming in. But now at least you've reached the finish line, and the floor is yours. 30 seconds, Prince. All you.
This is Prince Amukamara. Follow me on all of my social media accounts. That's Facebook at Prince Amukamara. That's Prince Amukamara. That's Twitter at Prince Amukamara. Instagram at Prince Amukamara. I just appreciate Hot Ones. I'm a hot one.
Since day one.
Yeah, since day one. I like it. Thank you, man.
Thank you, man. Thanks for coming in.
Appreciate it.